Hello, friends, and welcome to your weekly check-in. Find yourself in an upright posture. For just a moment, just a different technique today. If it doesn't speak to you, it's not a tool for your tool belt, and that's okay. I want you to imagine that you were a rocket about to take off into space. And I want you to imagine that you're at that point where your jets are turned on, right? You've got that fire and that power coming out of the bottom of your jet down in your rocket, down into the ground, right? But there's something that's tethering you to the earth. So you could even amplify that potentially, like I'm kneeling, right? So I can push down the tops of my feet and my shins. I'm not actually lifting completely off of my setup, but I'm pushing down and just lifting my little rocket up towards space like I'm about to take off. It could be the sides of your ankles, the buttocks bones, right? Whatever it is that you have in contact with the earth, imagine it being a jet propelling down into the earth, getting ready to propel you up into space. And maybe, if we are so lucky, the spine elongated. Now release that pressure down, right? The jets, trying to keep that elongation. So not rigid. And speaking of space, we'll start there today. Right? Imagining some of that ether energy, that space energy coming down. Think of it coming all the way from out in the cosmos. Right? Maybe even another universe, but that stardust matter all coming all the way down, right, into and through the crown of our head. Come on down into your abdomen, the top of your abdomen. We're going to come to that solar plexus like we did last week, just above the navel in the center of the body. And then I want you to imagine now that that earth energy, right, coming up through any point of contact you have with the floor, let that earth energy come on up, all the way through the legs, past the tailbone, again, up into that solar plexus, just above the navel, center of the body. Where the two energies meet, let them start to come together and swirl together. And let them continue to swirl until they build this sphere inside your abdomen. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, right, start to imagine that this sphere starts to turn a beautiful golden yellow. And just like that fiery sun that powers our earth, let this fiery sun inside yourself, right? Let this be your light, your fire, your energy, and start to fire up the rest of the body. So we are in the Pranic Hub of the body where the energy is made, quite literally and figuratively. So let that beautiful gold spinning sphere start to emanate its energy out into every cell and membrane and tissue. Right. It starts to pulse through the bloodstream, the lymphatic system, moving its way through the deepest layers, even down to the bone marrow, but also all the way through the bones and the tissues, all the way out to the skin. And I'd like us to take a moment, right? Our brain uses the majority of the energy that we take in, that we transform, that raw material transforms, aka food, into energy. The biggest user of that energy is the brain. So imagine, if you will, that beautiful, vibrant, bright golden yellow, or that energy, that prana, move up. It can just move straight up through the body or through the spinal cord, whatever works for you. But imagine that it just starts to move into every cell and tissue and membrane of the brain. And then also imagine, if you will, that this energy that's pulsing, throbbing through the body, because it is this fiery, it has this fiery nature to it, right? The ability to transform. I want you to imagine that it burns off any toxins in the body that you no longer need. So maybe you've got a virus or bacteria that are kind of taking over. Maybe your microbiome has, right, some of the more negative strains, etc. If you know this, great, you can be very specific. If you don't know it, just imagine that if you have any of these things that your body does not need or is trying to fight off or get rid of, that this energy is doing that for you. That your body is healing and becoming stronger. Its mechanisms more efficient and effective. Helping us stay as whole as we can. My hope is that even though we didn't start here, right, those shoulders might be soft. If not a big deal. Soften. Does the jaw need to soften? The eyes, the forehead, the hips, the belly? So can we find this strength within without being too hard, too rigid? And that is a balance I search for daily. I want you for our last little bit to imagine that beautiful energy that you've created that has permeated your entire body moves outside of your body, an arm's distance in front of you, to the sides, behind, above, below. And it makes this beautiful torrid shape around our body. Think an egg shape. And this is our energy field. Just always remembering our energy goes out beyond our skin. Place one hand just above your navel and the other hand on top of it. And from this place, we're going to follow through with last week, or repeat, I guess, last week. If you've got anything going on, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, right, around this area with self-confidence, drawing boundaries, and your personal power, not feeling empowered, just take a moment and you might just simply say to this part of yourself, right, I'm so sorry you're suffering, or you're not feeling confident, or whatever that might be. Use your words. And me best you can right now. And then ask this part: is there anything you need from me? Is there anything I can do? How can I support you? And again, I like to share things because I'm on this journey too, friends. I don't have it all figured out. The message that I just got very clearly was let go of the need to control. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your head. Namaste, friends. My dear friend Rena Kuhn used to say, trying hard only makes you hard. I think about that one a lot. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy, and may you be free from suffering.